Hi everyone, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about this border that's going to go on each of our each of our squares for our blanket. So I chose this pink. It is petal pink. It's a medium worsted weight yarn, size 4, Super Saver, Red Heart. I got the jumbo roll because I wanted to make sure I had enough for all of the blanket, including sewing the pieces together and putting a border all the way around the very outer edge. We'll get to all that later. Back in January, we made this adorable penguin, and I put this very simple single crochet border all the way around. I just did a single crochet until I got to the corner, and then I put a single crochet, a chain 2, and a single crochet in each corner. On the raw edge, it can be a little difficult. You just need to make sure that you have 40 single crochets going down, and you would count this corner one as 1. So you would have your corners plus 38 more in the middle. So let's grab the crochet hook that you've been using. Just make sure that if you've been using acrylic yarn throughout your project, you'll want this to be acrylic as well. So your fiber, your yarn size, and your hook size all need to be the same throughout the project so that each of your pieces will fit together properly. And when you throw it in the wash, it'll be fine, because whatever you needed, whatever the packaging said, how to wash your garment or your blanket will be the same throughout. You won't have like wool that has to be washed a specific way, mixed in with your acrylic yarn. So let's go ahead and grab our yarn and make a slip knot. Just put that directly onto your hook. Work on this side up, the side that if you put words on your hearts, make sure that the side that's neatest is facing you. What I mean is the side that looks like actual words and not your funny jumbled side where you made all your knots and doesn't look like words at all, except maybe in some crazy foreign language. Okay, so you want to find your first corner. So you're looking at this and you're going here to the top right corner, and you're going to insert your hook into that first corner. So right now we're not worrying about doing the single crochet and the chain 2. We'll do that when we come all the way around to the end. So just slip your hook in there with your yarn on your hook. Bring up a loop. This way you're not starting with this way you're going ahead and starting with a single crochet instead of a chain 1 and then a single crochet. It'll make your work a little neater here at the end. And then we're going to single crochet in every single crochet all the way across to the very end. And we'll have 40 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert your hook, drop a loop, yarn over, and pull through. We have been making so many single crochets, you'll be so tired of looking at single crochets by the end of the year. But you'll have pretty pictures throughout your blanket. Some super adorable things. Next month is March, and we're going to do a pot of gold and a rainbow. I think that'll be neat. For March has St. Patrick's Day in it. I know not everybody celebrates St. Patrick's Day, but who couldn't love a pot of gold and a rainbow? So just continue on until you get here to the corner, and I will meet back up with you here to work through the corner of the project. $38, $39, and $40. Now we're here at the corner. We're going to chain 2 and go back in to that same single crochet for a second single crochet. And that makes us a nice corner. Makes it easy to attach our blankets together, blanket pieces together. Now, down the side, you're going to want to make sure that you go into the end of each row with a single crochet. One thing that I like to keep my rows knowing where I'm at is, can you see, like right here down the middle, there's like a line of across the crochets. There's a row above that line and a row below that line. So each time you see one of these, it's 2 rows. So you're going to want to put a stitch in at the top of the row, or right before this little line right here, and one below it. Same here, one above it, one below it, and that should keep you straight. So we already have one for this top. Now it can be a little harder to figure out where to put this first one, but there is right in here. It's just harder to see because you have 2 stitches around that corner. But if you can't, right here is where I'm trying to go. I'm just going to loosen up that fiber a little bit, that stitch with my needle, so I can get my hook in there. And it doesn't matter if you're only going through 1 strand or 2, just do the best you can and make sure that your stitches are evenly placed all the way down. So counting that corner stitch, I now have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will be 5 and 6. See, basically I'm going right in here and just a little below that. I'm just trying to get them as evenly spaced as possible, making sure that I have 40 all the way down. So make your 40 stitches all the way down this side of the blanket. The raw edges are always the worst. And I will meet back up with you at the corner. Okay, I'm here at the corner and I've made 39 right here. Now it looks like I should have another stitch here and then the chain across the bottom. Now the chain doesn't count as a row, so you would think that your last single crochet would go here, but I'm going to put mine directly into the chain. So I'm going to skip over that one and go right into the chain, and you'll see that it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't leave a big gap or anything. So I went straight into the chain, did a single crochet. I'm going to chain 2 and put another single crochet right into that chain. And now I'm going to work in every chain all the way across for a count of 40 single crochets across this chain down here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and work up your 40 single crochets, making sure you get into each chain all the way across, and I will meet you back up here in our next corner. Alright, I am here at the corner and I have put my 40th one in the corner, so I'm going to chain 2 and go back into that corner for another one. And now I am just going to single crochet all the way down the other side, making sure that I have 40 single crochets at the end of this side. Now, something to be said here at the corners, if it wasn't clear, your corner doesn't count as 2 stitches on one side. It counts as 1 single crochet for this edge and then 1 single crochet for this edge, and you don't count the 2 chains as a part of anything. It's just to help you round out the corner. You know, it makes the corners nice and neat. And you can see, like, this raw edge is pretty wonky, especially like right in here. And when you put that edge on, it takes all of that away. It makes it a nice flat edge. So when you're sewing the blanket together, each of the squares together, it'll make it so much easier. So keep working all the way up this side, putting your 40 single crochets into this raw edge, and I will meet you right here to show you how to finish this up and fasten off and sew in your tails. Okay, I have 39 all the way down the side, and I'm right here at the corner where we put in our first single crochet, and I'm going to go back in there for a single crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch into this first single crochet that we made. Now all that you need to do is fasten off, cut yourself a long enough tail to sew in so that your work doesn't come loose, that not good and tight. Get your yarn needle, and whichever way is easier for you, whether it's easier for you to go in through the stitches to see the stitches in the front, or if it's easier for you to turn it over to the back, you're just wanting to get in through some of these stitches. And don't pull it too tight because you don't want to disfigure your corner over there. So you want to go in one way and then back through the other way. You want to make sure that you're like jumping over a stitch so that you don't pull your yarn all the way back out. What I mean is you can see how it's coming up out from underneath this one right here. So we're going to skip over that one and go into the next one and go back through. For a third time. You can certainly do more than 3 if you want, but 3 is the number that you need so that your work doesn't come loose. It won't come loose in the wash. If you have little kids and they're rough with it, if you're giving it to a child, they shouldn't be able to get it to come apart. And we're just going to tuck in that other tail that we started off with. We're going to do the same thing with it. Just go back and forth for a few stitches 3 times. So that's 2. And if you have a bitty tail like this, what you can do is go ahead and put your needle in, and then put the yarn through the eye of the needle and give it a pull. And that is it. Snip that little bit off, and you are done with February. Well, we're not really done with February, we're just starting with February, but you're finished with the blanket piece for February. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you back here in the next video.